Okay. For slabs. Why is it showing just straight up white? Hello. Huh? Okay. There we go, question mark? I don't know why the thumbnail is showing up as just straight up white. That's not what it is. Okay, well, it's showing like that in the YouTube studio, but it's showing normal on the YouTube homepage. Okay, well, this one, okay, come on. Goodness. All right. So, hello everybody. Um, uh, I froze for a second there. I was about to say my old intro. But hello, welcome to Outbreak. It's a storm chasing game. The whole idea basically is you have I believe, 625 square kilometer map. I believe 625, but let's just say 600 plus square kilometer map. And you have to kind of nowcast it basically. You'll have available to you, you'll have your standard reflectivity, which will be basically what your normal radar that you typically look at would be. So your greens, yellows, oranges, reds, purples, stuff like that, or even blue. So typically what you'll be looking at. Typically what you look at a normal radar. But you also have velocity, which is just a little step up from that. Typically, most people do not have access to that kind of radar information, but it is readily available on apps like Radar Omega and Radar Scope, stuff like that, for no charge, unless you want to do like the split view and stuff like that. But then you also have access to some more advanced radar information. So you can look at your surface temps and stuff like that. So you can look at the wind direction, your temperature, and your dew point. This is also something that's readily available even to normal radars. Typically, you'll have your normal temperature and wind direction, wind speed. And also your dew point. But going on beyond that, now you have your cape. So cape is going to be your. I'm gonna look it up just to make sure, because I know what it is, but I'm just gonna make sure I get it right. Like effective air potential, something like that. Potential energy. Meaning. And weather, please. Convective available potential energy. So basically, it's looking at your potential energy for a given area, for producing larger thunderstorms, increasing the turbulence and stuff like that within a certain area, for higher wind speed, stuff like that, hail, whatnot. It's basically, like it says here, when you look up on Google, it's your fuel available for developing a thunderstorm. But yeah, it's looking at your instability, your disturbance and stuff like that within the area. So typically that's gonna be one of your more major things you're gonna be looking at. But it's not the only thing that you'll be looking at. But if you are looking at that and it's a really high cape, you're most likely going to see something come out of that, especially if you have storms moving into that area of high cape. And then if you have no cape in a given area, you're probably not looking at much there. You might still keep your same energy level for a period of time, if you already have a storm that's built up there. Um, but it will likely die off at that point. Beyond that point, if you have no cape whatsoever. If you have some cape, you can still keep your energy going up and everything. But if you have none, you're probably looking at nothing happening from that given point. So if you have something that hasn't produced something yet, it's probably what you're that's probably what you're looking at. You also are going to have your available on the radars here. You will also have your upper, lower, and mid wind levels. So you can look at your 500 millibar, your 800, stuff like that. It's basically tell you wind speeds and stuff like that, or wind shear within a certain area. Higher wind speeds, higher wind shear, stuff like that. You're going to be looking at areas where you can possibly produce tornadoes or roof spin ups or wall clouds within a certain area. So it's kind of what we have available for us for our radars. So you look at these certain areas, you'll see which areas look the best for which areas look the best for producing tornadoes, and you'll try and get to those. But if you've seen any other games, for instance, like the Storm Chasers game, or if you look at Twisted on Roblox, you'll have basically one storm, maybe two, that move in within a certain area. And in the case of Twisted, will pretty much almost every time produce a tornado. Storm Chasers game, not every storm will produce a tornado, but it is a higher ratio of ones that produce tornadoes versus not. And also the storm systems in that game are god awful. I want to say god awful, but not great. If you're wanting to look at a storm chasing game that will actually teach you how to read radar properly, then it's not really the game that you're going to be going for. Because in that game, you do not have hook echoes, and you don't have velocity, which basically velocity will be pretty much the only thing you'll be looking at a majority of the time. You can kind of jump over to so you can try and switch over to reflectivity occasionally, just to kind of for cross-reference, so you can look at if your velocities are kind of matching up with where there is a hook on reflectivity or anything like that. Then you can kind of go on reflectivity, but typically you're going to be sticking almost primarily to your velocities. Your cape, you'll be also looking at that throughout the process, just to make sure that in certain areas still developing and intensifying, rather than dying off. The upper, lower, and mid wind levels, stuff like that, you're typically going to be looking at those prior to a storm, just to see which areas are possibly going to be progressing. If you're already on a tornado, typically aren't going to be looking at much of it besides velocity and seeing which direction the tornado is tracking. But yeah, but the basis of the game is that you want to get pictures of the tornadoes, wall clouds, stuff like that, report them. You'll get points for that. Points equals money at some point. Typically at the end, well, not typically at the end of the game, it is at the end of the game, at the end of the match, that you get your that your points progress over into money. Um, Another thing, this right here, a probe. So you'll go ahead and throw a probe down in front of a tornado within its track. This is kind of hard thing to do, which is typically why most people that go storm chasing don't really fuck with it. um, Typically, I mean, it's more professionals that are be doing that. Of course, amateurs not gonna be doing that. But typically, it's kind of the people that are really, really good at storm chasing and knowing what the hell they're doing that are going to be putting down probes in front of tornadoes in real life. But in this game, you put a tornado down in front of it within its path, try and get out of the way of it and don't die. I've done 2 chases so far. I got on. Oh, yeah. I got on about 10:30, 11 o'clock. And I've done 2 chases so far. I got a probe in front of a tornado twice, I believe, and then on the third one, which is in the last server I was just in, I died. Which was great. One moment. Someone called me. I didn't know who it was. Um, but yeah. Um, all right, server. So, the thing about this game at the moment is that it is early access. So the game was just released today, after being in development for about 8 years. Um, so it's finally out, and it is at a point where it's playable for people, and in a relatively decent state. Um, there is some performance issues for people. I'm not entirely sure. Um, when I first started up the game, it had me at the highest level possible for graphics and everything. It had the cloud stepping relatively high, but not all the way up the top. Um, and then this might be an issue, but not all the way at the end. But it's relatively high. Um, and then it was kind of not great performance. But what I went ahead and did was this keeps on going. It keeps on doing it over and over again. All right. Hello. Try this again. So, I started streaming. I had to I started showing the because I was doing the connecting the server thing for a little while, and then it finally went to waiting for more players. Um, so that's when I started streaming. Um, but I've also been keeping an eye out on another person that is streaming this, and I saw they are also on US East. Um, so I'm just keeping an eye out on them to see kind of when they are getting into um, getting into servers, or if they do. Which currently right now they're also waiting. But they're on waiting for more players. So yeah. Don't mind the black screen. Look at Gordon. Um, once he's back. Once Gordon, well, not Gordon, goodness. um, but once, why is chat disabled for this? Actually, I just realized that. Come on, come on, come on. You can connect to the server. I believe in you. Waiting for more players. Yeah. Okay, which is what they're also waiting on. Um, yeah. So, I want to find out why it says that chat is disabled for this live stream. How do I change that? I don't know why it's set to that either. No. Is that why? Um, hey, oh my god, holy crap. That's actually nuts. I've been waiting for a while. Um, alright, well, the other person's ending their stream. Alright, well, but I'm in over server, my god. Alright. Alright. So, but yeah, when I first started the game, had everything like on high settings, had the cloud stepping a bit high, but not all the way. Um, and so what I did was I went ahead and put on FSR because I have an AMD GPU, so FSR is what I need to use. There's options for DLSS, but I know that's not going to work on my GPU because my GPU is not NVIDIA. Um, so I put on FSR and ran great. Um, running great so far. I'm not sure what the exact frame rate is that it's running at, but it's smooth enough for me personally. So, um, all right, there's our radar. So yeah, a bunch of stuff going on here. Every time we start up the game, it does a little random like blast of wind and rain for a second, but so yeah. So here's a normal reflectivity. So basically, you're looking at your normal stuff. So your greens, your yellows, your reds, your purples. Um, purple being hail. Um, green being light rain, red being high rain. But once you start going to purple, you're getting mixture of rain and hail. We'll go over to velocity. So velocity, just to explain this, we have our radar site here. Oh, Zeph. Um, so you have your radar site here. Typically hello. Oh my goodness. Streaming's not good for this, apparently. Okay, never mind, it's fine. So yeah, so your radar site is going to be here. You'll typically have a straight line. Sometimes it's vertical, like this, or sometimes it's angled depending on where it's at. So like we have some radars here in Florida, along the East Coast that do it vertical. Typically, you can see a pretty clear differentiation for that. So, um, but it depends on the direction that the wind's moving and stuff like that. Typically here in Florida, it's east to west or west to east, depending on what the jet streams are doing. Um, so red means that it's going away from the radar. Green means that it's going towards the radar. Um, Basically, a good way to think of it is that the radar wants rain. If the rain's heading towards it, that's green light. Keep on going. Um, but if the rain's going away from it, it says red light. Stop. Come back. Of course, the rain don't listen. um, but yeah, so you can see here, wind's moving that direction, most likely. Um, but here's what we're wanting to look at. We're wanting to look at stuff like this, where you have red and green right next to each other. That velocity's high. Right here. So look at that. Well, you can also read that if you want. But so if you have green and red right next to each other, you're probably looking at some rotation going on there. Where it's going like that, something like that. Typically, um, counterclockwise. Um, but yeah, so that's what you're gonna be looking at there. That's what we're looking at. So we're over here in Bakersville. We're outside the storm right now. Here's a little bit higher velocity here. Some possible going back in that area there. But you're more looking at areas of like tight convergence, high velocities for either side. So this one right here is probably honestly what we're looking at here. But we're gonna be looking at some other stuff real quick. We're gonna go into our advanced products. So look at here, our wind's moving that direction and that direction. So going west and northwest throughout most of this. Here's our cape, our convective something potential energy. That word keeps on blanking me. So if we look back and forth between these, like yeah, maybe we're looking to here. This right here is taking a chunk out of the cape, so we're probably looking at something that's really strengthening there for right now, and still pulling in from this area. But we have some really high cape down here at the bottom. Right here, looking at ranges of what the cape is. So right here, we're probably looking in the 4 to 4,300 for our cape down here, which is pretty high. Um, and we're pulling that area in there. As you can tell, we're doing a little bit of something there, just from the looks of it. Right here's our lower end wind levels, so 250 millibar. Um, so higher winds here, not much winds going on in this area, but this is gonna be our lowest level. We're looking at 500 millibars, so this is probably where our cloud layer is. So we have some higher winds here. Um, so looking at that, yeah, we're getting a little bit of higher velocities there. And 850 millibar, just are really like our high wind levels. We're looking at the high levels there down there. Um, but yeah, so we're looking at shears. Um, I mixed that up. I just realized that. Whoops. 250 and 850. I typically don't look at that in my normal day to day. I have not gone to school for meteorology. Um, so yeah, I mean, uh, I don't know. Obviously, stuff's coming towards us, so we don't really have to be like on top of it right now. Um, these sections here kind of give me a little bit more um confidence. We might got something down here. Uh, I mean, people are heading towards this northern one, which is kind of a good idea on that. Um, so I'll do that. Uh, let's go. So this is my car. What the hell is? Oh wait, R. Huh? I haven't used that before. Um, To start engine. So we have to worry about gas in this game, which is why we really have to worry about that. This way? Yeah. Also, just realized the compass on top of the map. I didn't want to do that. So the main thing about this game, that is, I mean, besides the radar, because the radar is a big, huge change, uh, compared to other storm chasing games. But the main thing besides the radar, that's a big difference between. I just realized I'm not showing the goddamn game. I am showing the game actually, right? I was just showing friggin' Gordon Ramsay in the background. Okay, it's all good, all good, all good. Okay, so that scared me for a second because my stream replay was behind. Um, but it's the volumetric clouds. So clouds, the atmosphere, and everything like that is uh, simulated based off of real life conditions. Um, so each scenario, so this what we're playing right now is a scenario. So from start to finish, this is what happened, and pretty close to reality, um, in real life at some point in the past. Um, so basically, they'll go ahead, they'll put in like the starting information for the atmosphere, for that day in a particular area, um, and they'll simulate from there. And pretty much the game will get, the game engine, the system that they built, um, will replicate what actually happened in real life to a pretty close degree. I don't believe it's at 100%, like 100% accuracy, but it's pretty close. Um, because what they've also done in the past, just as a kind of test to see how accurate their system was, um, because of course they're not really entirely sure if they had, kind of like a bias towards, trying to make something, goodness gracious, uh, their controls, like their handling for these vehicles is not great. I will say that. Um, but there could be a bias towards trying to, like, but since they already know the outcome to these events, that yeah, this produced a tornado. Uh, um, yeah, this produced a tornado um, that there could be a bias towards it and kind of, um, make it, um, yes, the one that what we wanted to get on, which we're looking at right now, would be perfect. Um, so we're just so far away from it. But we can hop on the highway up here, to get up next to that. And I'm sorry that chat is not working. I'm not entirely sure why it's disabled for this stream. I'm not sure. Oh goodness gracious. Um, but but yeah. So what they actually ended up doing was that um they got the weather parameters for, the next day in, real life. Um, so they had, like, NWS or whatever, they had out there, like their severe risk areas and stuff like that. But obviously there wasn't a confirmed tornado or anything like that because it hasn't happened yet. So what they did was they went and plugged in the information for the starting conditions for the next day. We got these cool striations in the clouds. Um, There's this FSR doing some funky stuff. I think this might be FSR doing some funky stuff. Um, haven't seen that before. But I also haven't really seen these very flat clouds yet in this game. But yeah, so they went and plugged in the information for the next day into their system and simulated it on their I believe they consider them supercomputers. Um, so they went and did that and ran a simulation for the next day. It showed that there was going to be some pretty discrete supercells forming over a particular area, um, and that likely, I believe, the middle one would have created a tornado with it. Um, and or I think it was four discrete supercells close together. Um, and in real life, they compared what their simulation came out with the actual legitimate radar for that time and day, um, and they were pretty much identical. There were some differences, namely just that the supercells that formed were actually um, closer together in real life than they were within the simulation. But either way, these same things happen pretty much. Um, so they consider it to be pretty accurate to real life. Um, yeah, uh, it's pretty cool. It's kind of cool being able to see um, what the conditions look like for scenarios like this. Yeah. Um, well, we missed that one, I guess. I might pull back up though. We're also coming up towards the end of the map. Uh, um, let's actually stop right here. Let's take a look at what we got going on. Um, I'll get out of the car for it anyways. Uh, these clouds are crazy. I'll turn off FSR for a second. I'm gonna see if um this fixes. Oh, I don't have it enabled. That probably explains why it was kind of funky looking, or well, not funky looking, but funky performance just a moment ago. Um, I got a lower cloud base on that storm over there. These are also kind of weird artifacts that are happening. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not even sure if y'all can see that or if that's a monitor thing or something, but like darker and lighter areas over there. Um, this is odd. Oh, it's so flat. I don't know if it's broken for me or something or what. Uh, but like that's looking normal-ish over there. So I guess it's just how it's flowing here. It's just very like smooth, like laminar almost. Uh, um, I don't know what do I really look for right now. Okay. Well, that's a pretty tight couplet there with high velocities on the green side. This is so far down, but all right. But it's moving more eastward, which is kind of nice. Okay, there's some kind of there's like some lumpiness to it now. It was just odd looking there for a minute. So I can just hop on this southern highway here, and make my way down that way. There's some really high velocities over there. It'll be out of this weird looking storm too. With this super smooth clouds. Super smooth cloud base. Yep. Saw that one coming. Yeah. Like I said, the controls for the cars, they're just a bit odd. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's north, right? No, what the fuck? That looked like an N for a minute there. I'm blind. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So I'm gonna try and stream this game whenever I can. I do have another friend that does really want to play this game, but I don't believe that they are more willing to be on stream or anything like that. Um, don't text and drive, guys. Um, yeah. So I don't think they're willing to be like on stream and stuff like that. But I do really just want to play. Do want to play with them. So um, I feel like that would be fun. But anytime that I'm playing on my own, um, I'll try to stream it whenever I can. Um, yeah, they're just currently not at home right now. They're uh out of town and stuff like that, so they aren't able to play. And also another update, kind of based off of this game, almost. Well, not almost. It's kind of a similar thing, but real life storm chasing will be something that I will be doing in the future. Um, Hopefully this year, if um, if time and conditions permit, basically. That's still looking good back there. Um, yeah, if time and conditions permit, basically. 'Cause I would like to have higher risk areas or tornadoes or just more intense severe weather. Um, Probably down near like Tennessee and further south. Just because I probably can't really get into get out further than that in a time frame that actually works for me. Um, V. Um, but yeah, will be something I'll be doing. Um, I will kind of have a like little streaming setup, um, setup for that. So, um, just gonna kind of be going based off of mobile network, um, off of my phone, and I have a tablet that I will. I don't know what the fuck is going on with these clouds. Um, this is so odd. Like this, they're not typically this. There's like super flat looking. Um, That's what I don't remember it looking like, but it's okay. Um, so um, yeah, I'll have my phone, which will be doing navigation, but also we'll have a hotspot set up off of it. And then I have a tablet that I'll be able to run radar off of. Um, and then I'm going to have a laptop that I can use for um, Jesus Christ, that I could use for streaming, basically. Um, I'll get the next gas station. Um, but yeah, so now laptop I'll be able to use for streaming. I can have my camera set up to it 'cause I do have a camera. I can have my camera set up to it, and I could do voicemail. Camera set up to it, and I could stream to either YouTube or to Discord, because the same friend that I talked about who would really wants to play this game, but they're out of town currently. They would kind of want to be like virtually ride along for the storm chasing, and yeah. So I mean, I think it'll be a fun experience. I kind of get to goodness, I thought there was gonna be an exit for that, but there's not. I'll try and book my way down to the other one. But yeah, so we think it would be a fun experience. It kind of be like a road trip basically, which I get to visit new places, go new places, and everything. But also at the same time, I'll get to look at some cool storms, and hopefully get to see a tornado out of it. But of course, I won't be doing what I do in this game, which is where in this game, because you do have some kind of you know advertence to like getting yourself too close to a tornado and getting yourself sucked up and everything like that, because you don't get your points. The last session that I was in, I did that. I got a little bit too close. I thought I might just have just enough time to get down a probe and get out of there. But it moved on me and got a little bit too close and took me out. I lost all my points. You don't any money and stuff like that you have already does not get deducted from your account or anything like that. But Jesus Christ, these cars! I swear. Like so, just to explain the whole controls thing. It's the controls for it aren't inherently bad. But what is bad is the fact that the brakes aren't great on the cars, but also the brakes aren't good for the car on the car, but then also the grip is not good either. It really just hello. All right, that's that. Did that not count as reporting it? Oh, do I have to do the R, don't I? Okay. Okay. I thought that taking a picture did it. That does it. I'm full. I can pull up alongside this thing. Ooh, it's fully condensed now. Um, Man, there's no goddamn roads out there. Um, but it's heading this way, so I mean, that's good enough for me. Oh, why we gotta do this? Why do we gotta be rain wrapped? The rain wrap gets really freaking nuts in this game. Um, yeah. So, oh yeah, but the grip on these cars is not great. It's like sliding is a very common occurrence. Roped out. All right. Well. Okay. Let me see how now like we aren't really looking at anything else other than velocity. This is kind of what it's giving us the most um, information at the moment. But we all go ahead and look at our cape. So we do have some good cape here. And our shear is not looking bad this area, so I mean there's nothing there. But the rest of that isn't looking terrible. But um yeah, let's get back on over here to velocity. This right here is what we're looking at. Um because that's kicking back up again right there. Oh goodness. What are we looking at? Always check above me just because sometimes I've had occasions where um they did just pull up on top of me. Um oh, that thing's booking it. Holy crap. Goodness. That thing's zooming. Go, car, go. It's also got a wide funnel. The section like down at the bottom isn't really um a section down at the bottom isn't really too wide at the moment, but the funnel itself is pretty wide, which means that it probably could condense to be um even larger. Because if it's skinny from top to bottom, you're probably not going to be looking at too much in terms of um growth, I guess. But oh goodness. Um Ow. But it's still possible. That thing's occluding super far north. I mean, theoretically, sure, I can hop on that little dirt road there. So you go a little bit closer. 'Cause it does go back up north. But yeah, so I mean, in real life, I wouldn't really do what I do in this game where I push it to the limits. Um, just because in this game, I'm trying to get a probe down in front of this, in front of these tornadoes. Did it fully? Oh, I noticed there. It's just not condensed at the moment. Um, and it might be dead. It's dead, right? Yeah. Um, I'd still rather stick in my car. I'm not gonna hop back onto that main road since it's dead for the moment. Just to have a little bit better speed and stuff like that that I can get on that road because it's just gonna head back up to that road anyways. Um, if it does decide to touch down soon, it will touch down near the road. Sure has. Um, yeah, so what's confusing me with this one is that we have a super flat cloud base. Um, I'm not seeing any wall clouds or anything like that, which will be typical with tornadoes usually. Um, so it's just a bit of an odd one that we're looking at here. Um, it's kind of just throwing me off a bit. So I'm not sure if that's a bug or something. I mean, at the same time, nobody's reported a wall cloud at all throughout this process. It's only been tornadoes, so this might not be a bug. It might just be how the conditions were. Um, it's weird conditions, but possible. No texting and driving. But yeah, so in real life, I don't want to die. Kind of as simple as that. uh, so in real life, I wouldn't even be where I'm at right now. I could see this right here. That's close. And could very well just um, take me out. If I'm not careful. Um, of course, like if I'm in a freaking Dominator or a Tiv or something like that, like you know, and I'm Retimmer, then like yeah, I'll get close. But um, I'm not. I'm in a little car. So I'll be at a distance. Realistically, looking on here, like on the map, I'd probably be, and knowing the direction, I'd probably be like over here or something, a good distance away, so that even if it decided that, hey, northeast is not my cup of tea, I want to go straight east, and I can get out of the way. 'Cause that's just stuff that happens. I'm kind of chilling here right now, because I don't really care to. I don't really know what I'm looking at. Okay, well, us moving that way. They're having a little bit more of a lowering there, which is good. Good signs. We already have a cloud base isn't too high. So a little bit of a lowering is helpful. Nice little peek through there. That was also a nice little peek through for me. Wait. All right. Early access. Um, fell through road and ground. Um, let me. Goodness gracious, that's nuts. Um, all right. So I went ahead and put in a report for them so that they can see what the hell happened. So actually, didn't fall through the road or the ground. The road is elevated above. Um, um, how do I reset my vehicle? I'll look into settings as well, real quick, if that's a possibility. The road is super messed up here. um, I remember how to fucking do that. Uh, um, I hear a tornado. Oh. All right. Well, things to the nearest gas station, so it wouldn't be that far. There was another area. There's a highway, um, near the center of the map, heading towards what's it called? I'll look at it up. I'll not look it up. I'll look on the map. Um, yeah, heading towards Eastern Falls. Um, the grass or land uh, goes over the highway for a brief moment. It's nothing too bad. It's a short layer, and it doesn't make you go flying or anything. Um, but yeah, it's a thing. um, so yeah, yeah, it's still early access. It's just stuff that comes with time, kind of thing. I guess you know. It does look like it's zooming based on that little curve it's got. Of course, it's directly behind the freaking A pillar right now. Um, don't rope. You look like you're gonna rope soon. Don't rope. Is it coming straight this way? I mean, it's kind of slowed down a little bit. As long as it was actually moving fast earlier or not. Something's out there. It's still moving much more east. It makes it a little bit easier to tell just how it's moving uh, with it being skinny like that. Well, based on that funnel, it's probably pretty strong for its size. Getting on this little road, ugh. You know, it's a good move to actually get in front of it, but my goodness, being in the trees like that is god awful. But you know, gotta do what you gotta do. I hate this. I hate this a lot. I hate this a lot. Really just gotta look at the radar. Oh, it's clear. Cleared out. Nice. This is lovely. That's heading straight here. Oh, it's wider. Hello? Move. One hell of a broken game. Ugh, I don't know why I couldn't walk. Couldn't walk whatsoever. It's like I feel like because it's dirt and it's uh raining. Like it's like mud. Like you can't walk. Like what the fuck? Like I don't. I mean, also like my like F to enter and stuff like that. Like it's not there. Um, I'm not like F1 or anything, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. I don't know what these people are doing either, because they aren't really like chasing it. They're kind of just. I'm like, yeah, I get it. You're watching. I mean, that works, I guess. But thinning out a little bit, I think. That thing is so freaking crazy looking. That's lovely. Oh my goodness. You're heading east or north, northeast. This thing's moving a little bit. That's pretty cool. That was a fun little meet up there with that guy. That thing's so cool. I had one earlier. It was the one that killed me. So beefy. It was so cool. Good old um stovepipe. It was nuts. This one's cool looking too. It kind of keeps on going back and forth between like little rope and then going to nice stovepipe guy. That's fine. It's fine. I ran off the road at that same spot so many times in this town. Our velocity's still looking nice. I'm curious as for a cape. Not like not crazy, but not great either. But I mean, it's enough to keep it going if anything. It's gonna cross up here. Um, I don't really know. I should have got gas too. You're right, Mr. Guy. Um, well, I'm not too bad. So what I'm gonna do, because this right here doesn't really have much of a this way. Um, the car can go faster than that in the freaking mud, on the freaking grass. Um, yeah, I wasn't gonna go across that road in time, and they don't have much of a eastern option on there. That thing is so cool. Um, so there's not any eastern options on there really. So going down that way would just be kind of useless at this moment. This is a long track one. This one's good. Still back there. I am concerned with it dying any moment now, but it's kind of pushed beyond expectations so far, so I'm gonna go on this one just because the next road is a dirt road, even though I don't think I'll be able to get up there in time. I definitely just don't want to go down that dirt road. Oh, it's beefy. It's beefy now. Look at the bottom. Look at the base of that. Oh my god. It's still getting bigger. Okay. Man, if I get a pro pit on this one, I don't know if I can. But if I can get a pro pit on that, that'll be nuts. Looks not bad. Looks not bad. Oh my god, look at that thing. I tell you, these freaking nuts. This odd, this doesn't even have a freaking mezzo on it. But I guess it's just because the cloud base is so low. Maybe like the mezzo is just within the fucking clouds. I might be able to get this actually. If I don't go off the goddamn road another time. There's also like a delay almost to the freaking turning. Why you gotta thin out right now? Come on, you were so thick and beefy. You're fucking zooming though. Holy crap. It is going. It is booking it. I can get a pro hit on this for surezies. So heading right here. No, we're still heading more north. I know my gas is kind of low, but I'm more concerned about getting a pro hit on this thing right now. Still more north. I'm the only one up here now. Ahead of this thing. Everybody else went down freaking that one road. Oh, it's heading real north now. I'll have to go for a little bit here. Don't hit the gas station. Still more north. Okay, so it's not gonna hit the gas station. I'll need the gas station after I hit you. Real north. Sirens going. More north. That base is widening again. Not by much. It's widening again. It thinned out again a little bit. Don't do it. Don't do the thing. My god. It looked like it was a straight on path for being like south of Grassland Park, and now it's north of it. And I'm running out of time here too. Goodness, goodness, goodness. Holy crap, dude. I just want to get a good probe hit on this. Because my last round, I didn't get any points because I freaking died. That base is widening right now. I think I just need a little bit more north. Like here, maybe. I need to do it now. And I can't freaking move. Of course not. If I do this, can I? Well, yeah, it's got Karji growth too. That's nuts. I'd love to just look at it, you know? That's fine. Let's look at it for right now. Don't die. Okay, but I can move now. I just got to get in the camera. Get in the camera fixes it. Okay. All right. So I can go east up here. Nice RFD. I could have gotten such a freaking good probe hit on that. It thinned out a little bit beforehand, but either way, this would have still gotten a pretty close to direct probe hit on that. God damn it. Is it dying too? Don't die on me. Come on. You got some more life in you. You know it. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. I was heading hella north? Question mark? I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna get any pickup value on that. I think it just died too. I'm not sure. No, it's there. I just got nothing on it. Okay. Yeah, because I went hella north. Or whatever direction it is. I don't know. Picked up probe. No value. It's okay. Still going. I don't know if there's really any way of getting up on this thing. But it's still going. I think it widened up again. This thing is not dying. It just won't do it. It said no. Don't think I can get ahead of it. That'll be pushing it a bit, I believe. Definitely pushing it. It's back wide again. Holy shit, dude. Not wide like a freaking wedge, but wide. I don't know if the Mesonet gives you like live readings on your wind speeds. Hello? Why that? Oh, these are just, this is debris. A friggin' fence got bent into this. Fence got thrown in the road. You can see parts of it there. I didn't get gas. Well, nothing a second tow truck won't won't uh won't help, you know? I should have just kept on going freaking east. I don't know why I went up on this road. Holy shit. Oh, that's crazy. Have they not made guardrails yet or something? Like, holy crap. A tornado might be dead anyways. I don't see it anywhere. It's supposed to be ahead of us. Or like to the right over here. I don't see it anywhere, so. I can just go and get some gas real quick and I should be good. For whatever other things going on. There's other stuff going on. Why did it just randomly tug to the right like that? Jesus. I'll turn off the car. Just coast for a bit. They might be slightly downhill anyway, so it kind of helps out. It's still alive. Alright. I'll take it, honestly. Is it zooming? It's zooming. I'm not trusting that. This thing is still so big. I could probably get into Northern-dale. I'm gonna get gas here, but I could probably get into Northern-dale, possibly, and still get that thing. 'Cause that thing's still going, and that's still big. Based on that debris field, that's big. Like that's more than the rope. That's bigger than the rope. Kill it. Barely any gas left. I gotta push it the best I can. That rain's kind of nuts over there. Straight up black. Might not even need to turn back on. I might need to. I might need to. We'll see. No. Ghosted it right on in. Don't have. That thing's still going. My God. I could definitely get into Northerndale. There's a gas station there. I don't need to gas up all the way. It's smaller now, I think. I mean, that's in a distance. That might actually still be big. That's a good couplet there, too. Holy crap. That might be another big tornado over there. Um, I think it's coming this way. Where is it gonna... It's gonna head like north of Northern. It's still on the same track. If it hasn't shifted at all. Which I mean, it's been shifting all freaking day, so it might. As far as the sirens aren't going on over here, I can actively hear the tornado. Oh my god. Holy crap. There's no way. I see it. We report it. Yeah. Holy crap. There's two. Oh my god. Holy crap. There's no way. That's nuts. Twins? Holy crap. There's... That's nuts. Holy. Kind of see it in the cloud. My god. That's insane. I think something is up based on, like with my clouds, based on the fact that it's extending past past them partially. We're going north. I've thought that there was something up with these freaking clouds being straight up flat. Like no wall clouds or anything going on. Which is unfortunate for the first one of the stream, but you know, it happens. It's okay. I'm still like in awe at there being twins. That's nuts. I think it's heading right towards me. Question mark. I didn't know they had twins in this game though. That's just the crazy part. We have more north. Here question mark. Have more north. I hit earlier. I feel like they need to fix their debris clouds. Just cause like it's um the lighting effects from like fog and stuff like that aren't applying to the debris ball at all. Um, so it kind of makes it easier to spot a rain wrapped tornado, which like yeah, it's good for me, but like at the same time, it makes it less realistic. Because like if somebody was driving past here and like the debris ball wasn't there, um, it wouldn't really be uh noticeable as much. It would be a little bit harder to try and track it down. Might be a good pro bit. That wind field is nuts. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, it goes over 6,000. Oh my god. Hell yeah. Holy shit. That's nuts. That's so good. I'm okay, I'm being genuinely honest. Like this game has been the best game that I've played in a long time. Ow, holy crap. I thought I got killed by the tornado. I was like, damn it. God damn it. Well, not killed, but hurt by the tornado or something. Oh, oh my God. It's just I I love tornadoes. I love weather, hence the reason why I am playing this game. Um, might as well just hang out here, honestly. Ow. Is that other one died? I think so. That was a really brief moment of just pure awesomeness. Um, yeah, I really love tornadoes. I really love uh, um, weather and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, I mean, this whole game is just absolutely nuts to me. Um, and genuinely, it's like super. Like I don't even know. Like just yeah, I don't know. It's honestly like breathtaking and like makes you speechless. Just seeing these things, um, in his way, like beyond what we've ever even deemed possible. It's kind of nuts. Yeah, I don't know. This kind of has broken me. It's mind blowing. Um, there's no way of getting to that one again. It's going off the map. Um, and it's so rain wrapped that it's not even possible really to um see it. This might be another one. Um, that might be back. So I'll take that. The fuck is okay? Yeah. Once again, highly unfortunate that these clouds are messed up um in this one. Uh, but I mean, still got some absolutely gorgeous tornadoes. Whew. I think after this one, uh, like after this tornado here, they might just call it. Uh, not entirely sure. That's very well. I think very well that they might that uh this portion here might still form something. So obviously a lot of turbulence here based on all these winds and everything. So and we're just north of this. It's even crazier further down. My goodness gracious! I hate these cars. I swear. At least this car. There you go. Yeah, I figured they were gonna end it here pretty soon. Really, we don't have to. Well, I'm just for the sake of just getting into this nuts wind up here. I'm gonna get into this nuts wind up here. Um, just to see what the hell is going on here. Thank goodness. Holy crap! It's all gone. Eh. I wish I could like like 25, what, 30? 30 miles per hour to reach that white? Alright. Yeah, but you can go to a gas station um, and end the chase there. You can't end the chase just in a random spot. You might get a good view though at the gas station, depending on if it's cleared up at all. I mean, clouds are messed up anyways, but still. So I kind of like get the idea, like since it slides so much, I get the idea that I could possibly like, drift this thing, but it just doesn't really seem to work out like that. You guys say we can leave safely and earn points. All right. Okay, got $7,000 from that one. That's great. Is it safe? I guess so. We'll see if we get a good return on this. Like if we go ahead and pop right back into a session or not. So we'll still see. First off, I'm going to the garage. I'm going to my vehicle. Seeing what I can do. Unfortunately, these things are freaking $45,000. Um, I mean, we can do the amber light probe. We could do the comm antenna, but I don't know if it's useful or not. I also get a camera, but like I don't really see the purpose in doing that realistically. Yeah, because all these are kind of just other random stuff. Sure, why not? All right, let's go. See if we can get into another one real quick. You know what? Actually, real quick, I might just go ahead and restart the game just because of the clouds, just to make sure that it's not just a server thing and that it's actually um if it's actually the game or not, just to make sure, just so I don't mess nothing up. So we back up right on the OBS. Yeah. Okay. The people might have just been also they might have been in that just waiting in the actual game itself to go if they didn't leave early. There we go. Woo. Yeah, so I think yeah, the thing is about this game. I think I didn't finish my thought on this earlier back before we even did before we did the last scenario. Um, the thing is about this game, at least at the moment, with the relatively small-ish uh player base that they have compared to like AAA titles and stuff like that. Um, they have uh, the thing is, like, as you can tell based off of that previous one, these scenarios are very long. Um, so I mean, like, it wasn't too long after we started the stream. I think maybe 20 minutes or so before we got a okay before we got into a session. Um, but
Why, hello.
hello, V, the V, this one. Hello. Um, so yeah, I can tell you that the
Eighth was a bust.
I had a decent one last time. I had a really long track one. Um, but yeah,
Imposters.
but how do I
Cars over here.
but okay. Cape's not terrible. Definitely want to head north. Head through Fort City.
Who's the real one?
But yeah, it's proximity. There's radio, I guess, but I probably need the radio thing for it. Um, but yeah, so you can tell that the scenarios themselves are super long, which obviously means that the people that are in those scenarios are not in queue for a new session. Um, but they're not in queue for a new session. So sometimes, if a bunch of people are in scenarios at the same time, which if they're all playing, they probably are, um, you might wait for a bit before you actually get a server that you can join. Because I think right now there might be a little bit more now since it's a little bit later in the day. But earlier on today, there was about 500 or so, 500 to 600 people online at once. Um, but I was waiting for quite some time. It was 523, I think, at the time. But I was waiting for quite a while for to actually join a server. Um, so that's the main issue with this game at the moment. I think for me, I mean, like there are a couple of little bugs here and there, but definitely that portion where it's just um, I think I hit a pole or something like that. One of those little pylons or something. Um, those hurt you a lot. One of these things on the side. Um, but I think it's the main portion that I'm mainly like kind of more upset with, I guess. Just because of just how long you have to wait sometimes. And a single player, you don't earn points on it. It's more for practice rather than actual playing it. Um, so Oop, I spilled my drink. Well, that is unfortunate. Give me a moment, I guess. It's so bright, Jesus Christ. Daytime and it's light up instead of my car. Relatively decent lowering there. We'll be back. All right, I'm back. Clouds are lowering a bit more, which is good. Good news. Hello. Oh no. Why? Oh, my keyboard wasn't plugged in all the way. Okay. Accidentally unplugged it a little bit whenever I moved it. That is so bright. I'll use it when I need it. Man, that's going so far north. It's definitely reaching for the ground. I mean, it's not like tornado reaching for the ground, but it's reaching. It's reaching down lower. Everybody's doing that, but honestly, it might actually be a better idea up there. They are correct. Good on them. That was it's so close. Holy shit. It would not let me turn. I was caught up on that freaking curb. Once again, steering is not great. Forming a good old wall cloud. Nobody will be able to report it back here, but definitely got that going on for it. There's that grass I was talking about. I've already reported it, so I don't need to do that again. I might as well stop for gas here. I don't really need to, but it's so early on, and it's before any actual proper like up on it chasing, where I don't have time to stop. So I'm gonna take what I got and run with it. Also gives me a little bit of time to look at what exactly I'm looking at here. I can just go up north right here. And then I'm gonna hop over towards Bakersfield. Yep. Figured somebody was gonna get it. They're good down there. Good on them. I know I could have went down that way, but I just didn't really think that with it moving the way it was, that I was going to be able to hop up in that, like catch up to it and get ahead of it. Um, I didn't really think that would have been a possibility, but I guess it could have. I thought it was moving faster than it was. That's a sharp ass turn. Holy crap! I didn't realize where I was. I wasn't looking at the map. Damn, that lightning was nuts. These inflows are looking crazy. See, now y'all know what I'm talking about when I said the clouds looked fucking weird. Because now it looks great. Oh, that wall cloud's looking so good. Holy crap. Hold on. No value my ass. Okay, so then we're gonna head up on the next north option. Yeah, it's had that nice sharp edge for a moment. It was crazy looking. But see, we're still only severe warned, so like I wasn't really too concerned about like just stopping for a moment to get gas because I knew that it wasn't really going to form anything like right now. It probably will soon now at this point, but you know, I knew it wasn't going to be like a like get there as soon as you can because it's going to be there and won't be there long kind of situation. So I knew I had some time. And just realistically might as well get gas while I'm at it. I'm not going to go south. Um, just because this is moving up. It's moving northeast anyways. Um, I won't realistically be able to get here before that gets there. I think this right here is probably our area of most concern right there for possible tornado. This road would be so much noisier than it that it is. Yeah, I won't be able to get down there in that time. Like that's just too little, too little time to get down there. Some of these people have the timing down packed on freaking reporting, um, where they can get look at those clouds, um, where like they can just get it every fucking time because they know like if I report it now, exactly at this moment, I can report it again and get the points for it again. Because if you report like right after, you don't get as much points. But if you report it first, then you do. And that there's a time frame on where you can report it again as if it's new. Um, People just do that constantly and freaking uh, get points nonstop for it. It's honestly kind of annoying at some point because it's just like you're just gaming. You're just gaming it. Like you're just playing the freaking uh yeah, just playing it. That's all. There's just cheating the system. That wall cloud is so low. Is this the wall cloud? Yeah. Have that inlet there. What the fuck is going on with these inlets, bro? They're all over the place. Also, while the tornadoes are really pretty, um, I do feel like they kind of like the texture is different from the clouds. Um, yeah, the texture is different from the clouds, and I feel like it would benefit from a bit of like I don't know, tone mapping or something. I'm right in the danger zone. There's a cool view here though. Ow! Holy shit! That scared the crap out of me. I jumped. My goodness. This is so cool though, right here. Just fuck off. My god. Let's get some points for this. I should get reports first for a funnel cloud whenever that happens. Like right then. Right? It looked like it. I'm quite literally like almost inside of this wall cloud. It's breaking it though, being right up in here. Where? Not in the funnel cloud? Not I mean not in the thing? Yep. Right up there. Alright. Well, alright. Well, we're gonna go this way. Is it big already? Holy crap. That thing looks huge. What? It's not it, is it? It's the edge of the. It must be the edge of the rain. That can't be it. Where is it at? I lost it though. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's not huge. All right, not huge. That's not what I meant to do. I hate that when you get caught on the freaking edge, you just can't freaking. You can't turn. It just lights up the whole car. So like all these people gotta stop for the gas, but I don't. That thing's big. Really photogenic too. Pretty high base. Um. Pretty high base. Clouds. Relatively low precipitation for right now. Of course, it's heading into an area that is not uh not low precip anymore, and it's very much high precipitation. Um, but as of right now, it's protogenic. And that photogenicness is gone. Oh no, it's still there. Still pretty photogenic. See, at least just other people reporting it now. It's not just the same person. I don't know how you report from while driving though. Those just people up here. I feel like I can definitely get up ahead of this thing. But, you know, might just be a famous last words kind of moment, you know? Would have liked it if he kept on your side of the road. Um, so yeah, that was a no. That was a no go on that. Um, so just gonna head to this option that's further east. Try and get ahead of it there as long as it stays a tornado. So this seems like it will because it's relatively strong. This further east option is not as much east as I thought it was. I thought it was much further. I don't think I can do that. That's our only option, really. Well, freaking velocity is not any help either. It's just such a freaking broad area of rotation that it's on it. It's just on there, but it's like it's gonna cross the road before I get there. Whoever that is Donzo. Yep. Oh. I felt like that was like I was making as a I, I was making it as a joke, but I was like, it kind of seemed like it came off rude. Just have a nice flight. Yeah, this thing is huge. It's a, as he would say, a big time tornado right there. Based on that, it should already pass the road, but so is a gun. It seemed like it was beefy. I couldn't see that being done. It's much thinner now. Headed much further north. Okay. my god, it's moving so quickly. This should be good. This should be a good hit. Should be a good hit. Why run out in the road? What the fuck? So good. Lactastic though. Don't push me away from my shit, please. My god. Dead? Oh my god. Oh, that thing was pointed right at me, dude. I think it's gonna be a funnel in a second, so I can probably report that. I feel like if I head south and then I go east, oh, wait, hold on. If I head east, I'm gonna pull up on this because this just looks nuts. I don't know if that's legitimate, but it looks nuts. That is not on me. It's on my side of the road. Not on me. I have a crazy ass blinking light on my head. Well, good thing I got the little crossover SUV thing. Make it through this. As long as it comes back up to the road at some point. It is not gonna get back to it. I think the thing about this game, like you could definitely go faster than this on the grass. Sure, you're gonna be bumping like crazy, but like you could definitely go faster than this. I was first in line, now I'm last in line. Oh, wah, wah. Low gas. Low gas. Okay. That's how people die in real life. Oh, nice. That's unfortunate if that actually happened. If it actually just fell through the floor. Damn. Look at that. No value, most value. Hell yeah, birder. All right. Well, okay, where am I? That's north, so that's the one that I reported. These other storms do seem uh like they might be good, but let me pause here for when I pause here. We'll stop here for a second while I. It's really high velocities, but not that strong of a like no real couplet there. I was going off the map anyways. Actually, just thought about it. Yeah, yeah. This is the one over here, I believe, that I'm looking at. That's like looking pretty nice, anyways. So drive 250 kilometers. And how many times did it fill up? A whole shit ton. This right here is along that line that I was talking about with the um with the radar. So it goes along that line. This is either going towards it or going away from it. So on this side it'll be red if it's going away from it here. On this side right here it'll be green if it's coming towards it. That was 2 times now that I've gotten really close to slamming into a friggin' stop sign. That was a pretty long track tornado. Uh, the wall cloud lasted for a long time. Not super long track, but long track-ish. Lasted for a bit, comparatively. And of course, it looks like it's breaking up as I'm coming towards it. Yeah, see, it's super high base up here, but we have um this inlet here basically. Um, that's pulling in air to somewhere that seems like it's also low. Well, it seems like it's low, so lowering's good because the tornado will basically almost not ever form off of a high base like that. Like that's super high up. Down where these like this lower cloud right in front of us is, or where this inlet is, you can see the part of the wall cloud there. Yeah, I want to go to the left here because I want to go into Bakersfield. Because this up north won't really lead me to anything good for right now, at least. But man, I hate that there's like not really any options up in here to go up. Look at that. I made it around that corner without flying off the road. If we're gonna get anything, it's gonna be off of those. So, I mean, I'm just gonna get up there, and if I have to go all the way back, I have to go all the way back. I want to see if I can get anything off of these, off of this here. Ooh. Yeah? Is that something, or is that just a weird light shaft? A weird light shaft. Okay. Right? Question mark. Well, they would have reported that anyways if it was anything. Oh, this one does go up north. Uh, huh? Holy fuck off. What the hell? What the fuck was that? I thought I was about to die. That was a crazy ass fucking. That's an inlet thing, but like, my god, holy crap. Was that something nuts to try and put me through? I thought I was screwed. I thought I just had to outrun a goddamn tornado that was landing on me. My god, that's nuts. That's actually nuts. That's one way to play with me there. I can't believe I thought I was on that road. And I think that was a pretty good chase, though. Not bad, not bad. I think that was pretty decent. I'm gonna make out for this without paying for gas and extra time. I'm not doing that. I'm leaving the chase. Les balls. All right, 6 grand off of that one. Slightly less than the last time, but not that bad. I'm not sure where these saved to. So I would say that as for performance wise, as I said before, I'm not really having any issues with that. I turn the FSR and I do pretty decent. I do have occasional little spikes every once in a while, but really not anything to be concerned with whatsoever for myself. Um, but at the same time, um, I will admit that I do have a pretty nice and pretty expensive computer. Um, if um, if someone with a um, less expensive computer, I think FSR keeps on turning itself off actually. Um, but if somebody with with a less expensive computer, and this might be why it was lagging every once in a while, it's because that wasn't on. But I have that usually on balance, is what I was doing earlier. Um, but if somebody with a less expensive computer were to play this, I can't say whether or not it would run good or not. Just because I will real quick just go ahead and show um, uh, what exactly I do have going on for my specs. Uh, do I have? Yeah. Does this show everything? I need to do this one. These only show like partial. Um, I don't know. This is probably the best thing I can do realistically. But let me see. I'll switch it to display capture instead of this. Okay. So, um, I don't know. But so as for my GPU, I have a 7900 XTX. It's Asus Tough Series. Um, as for memory, I have 64 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM. They're running at 4400 megahertz. Um, they are Corsair Dominator. They're 7,000 mega transfers per second, but um, I'm not sure exactly on the correlation between megahertz and uh, the transfer speed or whatever. Um, and then as for CPU, i7-13700K, and this is cooled with liquid cooling with a Corsair AIO. The 4 420 or 480 or whatever. So yeah, so that's that. Um, yeah, so I mean, but like this pushing GPU to the max, basically on a very high end GPU, from AMD. Now, if you have a 4080 or 4090, you might get better performance, etc. But like, um, it's been pretty decent. Um, I'm not sure. Can't remember how. I can maybe do. I think I can do this, right? I'll pin this real quick. Because I'm not gonna be. I'm not. I'm just gonna be. That was my last game, I believe, for us. But I'm just gonna go ahead and throw myself into a single player match real quick, just so we can see what we're looking at in terms of um CPU usage, GPU usage, VRAM usage, normal RAM usage, and also what our FPS is looking like. As long as it reaches this. So I'm not sure if it will because it doesn't look like it will. Not showing it's not showing anything for FPS right now, but we'll see. If that doesn't, I think I have another option. Oh, it doesn't show on here. It's showing for me in the bottom left. Um, does Windows G even show up? No. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna undo that one. I'm gonna do. Goodness gracious, why? I hate that crap. um, I don't even remember what the hell. Oh, maybe. Oh, does Shift have a Steam have a thing? Oh my god, yeah, high contrast color. Uh, okay. Yeah. So on a very high-end computer right now with some decent clouds going on around us, we're sitting at about 50 to 60 FPS. Looking at the cards, 70, but you know that's how that goes. Let's drive. Yeah, headlights 85 down to 60, 50. Looking at the clouds again. I think we probably want to get over to those ones on the right. Not really looking too hard at the moment, but 50 FPS. I'm also going to go ahead and make sure it's going to slam on the brakes for me. I know. That okay, that's still on. Okay, making sure that the FSR is still on. Just so you can see what we're looking like in terms of being near a tornado, because that does take a hit on your performance from what it seems like. So we're gonna see if that messes, how much that messes with us in terms of frame rate. Right now we're still sitting at about 45, 46 FPS. Now we got rain. Still looking at 47. Wipers on. Little hitch, went down to 24 FPS for a second there. Because no people are talking about our performance in this game at the moment, so we're just showing you what we're looking at here. We have 57 FPS, 55, 59, 58. none of these artifacts in the rain just look like fucking massive potatoes. Jesus, tornadoes. Not massive, but big. Okay, come on, back on the road. Still looking at between like 47 to 59 FPS currently. If we get up in there with those super high winds from the looks of it, we should be sitting pretty. I know I'm not really. Oh my god, that's really far down. Oh my god. Okay. It's real easy to overcorrect in this game. Really? Okay, you know what? Well, real good at off-roading. There's no way I was gonna sit through that. Okay, so look like I probably have something going up here. It's all heading north though. I'm just wanting to do this for an FPS test. 55, 58, 60, 61, 62, 9, 60. So we're still looking pretty decent for this. I mean, that's basically off the map for that one, but we'll still try and get into the heavier rain and stuff like that. Pretty cool. They have clouds coming off of the cloud slash fog coming off of the mountains there. $73. Just for the sakes of it being pretty. 77 FPS for a second there. We've had it go up into the up to about 80 or so a couple of times, but not a whole lot. There's 80, 80, 81, 82. So I think this area here is possibly just a little bit less taxing. Went to 85 for a second there. A little less taxing than some of the other areas. This area is mostly just grass, so I mean it makes sense. We have mountains in the distance, but at this range they're probably relatively low low poly and stuff like that. So this cloud base is real low. It's touching it's, you know, like it's touching the top of that mountain there. We're gonna head to that Lost Flag village. Head from there. Are we actually touching the mountain here? It'd be kind of cool if we are. It looks like we're kind of close to it, but we're not doing it. 64, 74, 78. Ooh, it's real dark and ominous up here. The highway doesn't continue on past us anyways. Real low cloud base. Real low cloud base and also really heavy rain. See, I hope that, because right now they're still working on getting, as far as I'm aware, I think they're still working on getting volumetric headlights into the game. So basically, they'll light up in front of you, light up fog or rain in front of you. So right now, like the headlights they're there, but they don't really work that well. But I hope that once they do get that working, that like they don't like shift the lighting as much as they do whenever you're going into like a dark area like this. 'Cause, like, it looks really dark and ominous over there, but then it really quickly, like this right there, gets super bright in comparison. Which, like, it's not really how it works exactly. Like, yeah, your eyes shift um to that. Okay. Um it's just odd how it's going back and forth like that. Like your eyes do shift to kind of compensate for the darkness. Um but it doesn't make it to where it's daytime out, basically. Like, it's not really how that works. It would still look dark outside. But you just be able to see a bit better usually. So I don't really know what's going on with the lighting here. Going back and forth. But yeah, so I kind of hope they fix this whole situation here with the being like super dark and stuff like that, and then it suddenly not being. That's so. Just a kind of hopeful thing. So looking in the 50s and 60s for this area here. We do have the occasional stutter that jumps us down to 30 or so for just a moment, but we're instantly back up in the 50s and 60s. And the stuttering, honestly, might be a driver issue because I've been having issues with drivers for I've been having issues with the drivers from AMD right now. So, but yeah, I mean, 70 FPS even. So I do acknowledge that there is some issues in terms of performance that definitely need to be worked out with lower end systems, mid to lower end systems. Because obviously, as with most games, even when they're not really too well optimized, a super high end computer can handle it. But most people don't have super high end computers. as like with this the Steam product surveys that they do, where people typically have like a 4060 or 3060 um, GPU, and those are the um, most common and most bought GPUs that there are. Um, the 4080s and 4090s are well outside of that range. 4070s are outside that range, not by far, but they are outside that range. So um, it's definitely something that they have to work on. Um, but at least it is within a range where at least um, some people are able to run it without having any issues. And I've had a couple of people that I've been in lobbies with, where they talked about how they had low FPS and how it was stuttering. I told them turn on DLSS or FSR depending on what GPU they had or whatever, um, and that it should help out with any stuttering or FPS issues. Um, and it worked out for them. They said that it was no longer stuttering and everything like that. So um, it's definitely something I would um, look into if you are playing this game and you're having any issues with it. Make sure you have FSR or DLSS turned on. Um, Typically go for like quality or something like that. 'Cause, like right here, don't go for quality or anything like that. Go for balanced or performance. And that typically should help out a lot more. Same thing for DLSS, but key thing to keep in mind is that FSR is a AMD only um, is an AMD only dynamic upscaling um, system. Um, so I don't remember what it's called. It's something super resolution. Um, and then DLSS is a NVIDIA only dynamic super um, dynamic super resolution or whatever thing. So they're both the same thing. Just one of them is for AMD only. One of them is for NVIDIA only. If you have an AMD GPU, you don't want to turn this on because or else you're gonna have some issues. Not gonna be terrible, but you're gonna get some stuttering. You're gonna have some issues that are not really something you're gonna be dealing with. Um, like I said, still will run, but not going to run as great as you would think. Um, but um, so if you're on AMD, use FSR. I put mine on balanced, so you should probably do the same. Okay, here, look at that, a lot smoother than it was with the DLSS. But yeah, so DLSS if you're NVIDIA, and FSR if you're AMD. That should help out a lot with your frame rates and also um, with your with any stuttering that you may be having. Um, what FSR or DLSS does is basically it will render the game at a lower resolution than what your display is, and it'll upscale it to whatever the resolution your display is. So, for instance, as shown here, I have a 1440p monitor, runs at 165 hertz. So basically, what FSR will do in my case, or DLSS if you have an NVIDIA GPU, basically what it will do is it will go ahead and render the game at, let's say, for 1080p. Or maybe something a little bit higher than that. Maybe um, I don't know, something higher than that. Let's say it's something higher than that. So what it'll go do is it'll render the game at that scale, um, and then what it'll do after it renders it, it will go ahead and upscale it up to 1440p. It also can do super sampling and stuff like that. Beyond my knowledge of how that works, but either way, it'll do that as well. Um, Kind of part of the same thing. But we'll go ahead and upscale it, do everything, and then put it out onto your display. So basically, it makes it to where your GPU will not have to work as hard um, to get the same frame rate and same resolution. Um, Sometimes you will get some kind of like artifacting from that, whether it be banding or like on certain flat surfaces, aka um, like these clouds here. This is just part of the game's lighting being a little bit funkalicious, because even if I turn off this, it's still there. Um, so, um, okay, yeah, but it would might possibly do a little bit of banding on things, not as bad as this by far, but it'll do some kind of banding. Sometimes it'll have some weird artifacts on the end of things, aka like for instance clouds, stuff like that, um, or maybe on some clouds in the distance, I mean trees in the distance. Um, but typically it's not too bad. You typically will get it a bit worse if you do what's it called? If you do like ultra performance stuff like that, because it's just trying to blast through the frames as fast as possible, and using the least amount of GPU power. Um, so it'll, instead of doing it at like 75% scale or 50% scale, it'll do it like 25% scale or 10% scale. So it's rendering it at a much lower resolution, um, and pumping it up to your full scale or whatever, which can just cause a lot of weird looking crap. Um, but yeah, um, I hope you guys enjoyed. I've had a lot of fun with this game. I'm probably still gonna be playing some more later. I just need to eat and everything. Um, but I don't believe that I will be streaming again tonight. But probably soon at some point, because I'm definitely going to be playing this game pretty often, whenever I can, pretty much. So I hope you guys had a good time. You guys have a good night. Um, and I'll see you guys in um I'll see you guys next time. Probably in the same game. Da, 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 da. I'm gonna do it this way. Yeah, there we go. All right. You guys have a wonderful night. Bye bye.